Alright, so the Enchanted Sword. Um, Looks like it would have pretty high attack stat, but unfortunately it doesn't really have great stats. It's somewhere around like Catrice in terms of attack. Total stat count is around Elisabeth, but it just doesn't have those kind of boosters that Elisabeth has. It does have a pretty interesting exclusive skill, 2-second cooldown with 80 power, so we're going to be testing that. And the downside with all these Terraria pals is no access to Legend. We're going Musclehead instead, which might be like a little bit more DPS, and we got Vampiric on it, so it might not end up being that bad. But not having access to something like Legend or even getting like Celestial Emperor on it, because it is a neutral pal. And it does, the partner skill is a little bit weird. It's one of these increases the drops from dark pals. So not sure what you're going to be farming with it that might be useful. And it's also not really like a mount, so you're not going to be flying around quickly on it and farming anything. So not great like stats and not a great partner skill. Hoping that this neutral boost will give it a little bit of a buff when using stuff like Holy Burst. So we're going to go in and just try it against normal Victor first to see how Sword Charge ends up working, because like it's going to be doing like somewhere around a fifth of Airblade's damage, but it only has a 2-second cooldown, so if it's just using it on repeat, it could prove to be quite good. So we're just going to go in against the normal Victor first, just with Sword Charge, and kind of see how it plays out. And it is running Serenity as well, so that 2 seconds should be like less than 1 second cooldown with party pal buffs and Serenity and everything. But it's still using Air Cannon between, and that does give it this 4 seconds of amnesia that I've been talking about, where pals, they use their basic filler attack, and then they kind of forget what they're doing for 4 seconds. So how long is it taking in between these sword charges? It's definitely not like 2 seconds, and the animation time seems to be pretty long as well. So I think like straight off the bat you can just see that this sword charge skill is pretty trashed here. It's actually very bad. It's not doing much, so let's just give it Holy Burst and Airblade. Hopefully that's a little bit of a boosted damage on it. Boost it up as well. Oh, it's very small. Can we hit it with the boost gun? Oh. Okay, so Holy Burst does a lot of damage, but that we already knew. How much damage did that Holy Burst do? Pretty strong. Maybe I just hit it with the boost gun as well. We're gonna give it some buffs now, and change the skill build around a little bit, and then go in and see how it does against hard mode Victor. I figured like most of the hard mode towers now aren't that hard anymore, because we're 10 levels above them. So we're gonna see it is a dark pal doing super effective damage to it, so we're gonna give it some food buffs. Let's see how high the attack stat becomes with all the buffs on it. 6,500 is still a lot of attack, so not that much compared to current pals, but a lot compared to pals during Faebreak. Then we're gonna give it some skill fruits as well, since that sword charge was looking pretty bad. So this is the classic Victor build, and we're also gonna see how these cooldowns interact with each other, together with the Serenity buff and the Party Pal bonus. So we're gonna go in against hard mode now and just see if we can solo it. No healing grenades, because I really don't want to farm that much cavern mushrooms. Hopefully it just does well on its own. I mean, it does have Vampiric against Victor with Holy Burst. Beam Slicer, a lot of damage. The hard mode Victor uses pretty much every hard hitting skill, along with Sand Twister. Still using an air cannon in between there. And another air cannon. And a loop. Have they increased the Party Pal cooldowns? Because I've been noticing, like the loops used to be Holy Burst, Blast Cannon, Beam Slicer, Holy Burst, Blast Cannon, Beam Slicer. So they might have increased that from 60% reduction. Maybe they've nerfed that a little bit now in Tides of Terraria. So how is it doing against Victor? They're both around half health, and then Victor, like the clone on paper, looks pretty bad for the pals. But if you end up hitting both Victor and his clone with Holy Burst, how much? That wasn't a very big hit. If you end up hitting both, you get the healing from both as well. Alright, I should be boosting you. Can we hit you? There we go. Is that even gonna hit? That just hit the wall. Not a very smart sword, but let's see now. One Holy Burst on both of these. That's gonna be a lot of healing. Hopefully it targets the correct Victor. Okay, Victor is stuck in the wall. Wait, did Victor... The clone jump... Okay, now they're both Divine Disastering. It is pretty small. Is it even getting hit by this? Can we boost it? Where did it go? It's doing fine. So it is pretty small. That is one upside, and it did win the fight against its hard counter. So that's fine. Whoop. Oh. Doesn't seem to like me very much. Flaming sword stabbing you. Never nice. So we're not really sure. Like, I would rate this... I still don't know if I should call them pals or not, but I would rate it pretty low, actually. The small hitbox did seem quite nice. Maybe it dodges a little bit of attacks, like the Divine Disasters didn't seem to really hit it, but the exclusive skill was pretty much worthless, in my opinion, since it didn't interact well with the like air cannon thing going off. It could have been spammable, but since it only has 2 CT, like adding different skills is gonna become 12 CT anyway. I'm not really sure. Like, the attack looks fine here, but once you start comparing it to other current pals, especially now it's not getting legend, it's losing out quite a bit of bulk as well. So yeah, I wouldn't rate this one super high, really. The Rainbow Slime was also a little bit more fun to use. The partner skill, not good. Stats, not good. Exclusive attack, not good. Getting stabbed on Holy Burst, that's nice. But there's I mean, not a lot, but it's competing there with like Celine and Palladia, so a little bit lackluster. I guess Pocket Pair didn't want the Terraria pals to outshine their own pals, if we're calling them pals. Hopefully they do something with them to make them a little bit more nice to use, like maybe make it a Nicholas pal instead, like a budget Terra Prisma or something. But we'll see. So that's it really for this testing out the Enchanted Sword. So thanks for watching.